Hey everyone, it's video 18 today and number 9 in our Inventor series for CADvent. And today what we're going to be looking at in this video is how we can create presentation files or exploded views of our Inventor assembly. So we're going to change the cameras and jump into Inventor and show you how we can create those exploded views to help us with our technical documentation. So in order to create these exploded views to be able to put together technical documentation, we need to start with an assembly. And you could follow along with the very simple assembly we took last time. I'm going to go back to one of the sample files that we downloaded right at the start and use the jet engine model, just because it's a little bit more interesting and it gives us a few more components in which to play with. So what we want to do is we want to go to New. And then from the new drop down, we want to choose presentation. This will create an IPN file, an Inventor presentation. And the IPN file itself will look for an Inventor assembly. So we're going to go ahead and choose our assembly and click open. Slightly different environment when we're working with an IPN in that our ribbon is much smaller. We have less tools. We still have a tree on the left-hand side, but it's split into scenes. And then each scene has a storyboard, an animation, components moving around and moving away from and back together, and also some different snapshot views. And it's really straightforward to use this because we're selecting components that exist and then we're making tweaks to the components in order to generate an exploded animation view or presentation. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm actually just going to start with these components here just because there's plenty going on in that area. So I'm going to zoom into one of these areas. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a component and I'm going to tweak it. We can do this one by one or we can do this several at a time. So I'm going to first start by doing a single one. I'm going to grab this component and then I'm going to say tweak components. When you click tweak, you get the ability to either move or rotate your components. And when you choose either move or rotate, it gives you this gizmo where you can click and hold movement or planar plane components, and then we can drag this out. So I can click and hold this arrow and drag with my mouse. Once you've dragged for a little second, it's going to pop up with a distance and I can choose how far I want to tweak that component. So let's just say minus 100 to move this 100 millimeters away from the part. You'll notice that that's placed in here an area of green and a tiny little icon showing what we're looking at. If I go back to the start and press play, you can see that it's basically animated that component coming away. If I move to the first second in my presentation here, and then at the 1 second mark, I want to pick up this one, I want to tweak it, I want to come out another minus 100, press enter. We can go back and press play and you can see that at the 1 second mark, the second component will be removed from that area and it will explode out. Apart from I've done it the wrong way, which is really, really frustrating. Let's just go to the end and grab this one. And then with the tweak here, you can see the second tweak. So I can right click and I can edit the tweak. And I can say, well, actually 0 in that area. We actually want to go in the, I'll tell you what, let's just delete that tweak. Right click and delete the tweak and we will create a new one. Go to 1 second, select our component, tweak our component, make sure you drag it in the right direction. Don't do what I did. Drag it up 100 millimeters, and press OK. And during that tweak, you can change the duration of each one. So you can really control to quite a degree of freedom exactly what each component's going to do. So I've got those two separately. And then maybe when we get to the 3-second mark, we want to grab the rest of these components. I'm going to grab all of them like so. And then at that point, I want to change the opacity of those components. And the opacity is going to work on the transparency. So I can come in here and change to make them see-through. I'm just going to make them all the way down to 0 so that they're see-through. If we go over here, we can see that the first two pop out and then all of them disappear. I could have done that gradually and faded it over a few different frames, but we can go through and control this to make the view as we would like. We get to the point where we're making more and more tweaks. So let's just go ahead and tweak this one. Let's pull that out about -150. Let's go and grab this whole plate. Let's tweak that one out and come outwards about 50 millimeters. Let's then do a second tweak to come to the right-hand side about 150 millimeters. And again, we can start building up this to work in the way that we want it to work. It's fairly straightforward. It's kind of doing what you would expect it to do with the tools available. And actually, it's really, really simple to create those tweaks and those animations. It all gets placed into this storyboard. And you'll notice that on this storyboard, we have a plus because we can create several different storyboards. No, that's not a word. Storyboards. That's almost as good as Revit Flories, which I used in one of the other videos. Storyboard. There we go. So we can create several storyboards, and then each one of those storyboards, as we start creating our animations, we can create snapshots. So I could get this to a point where I'm happy with the way in which it looks, and I have tweaked the components to a position that I am pleased with. I'm going to grab a few more of these and just pull them out. And absolutely, you can see that when I'm tweaking them, should you want to rotate the nuts as they're coming out, you could. You could make this as nice as you want it to look. It's really down to you and how much time that you've got to create this process. But once you're happy, you've got an animation that plays in the order in which you've tweaked it and starts working for you. But then you can start creating snapshot views. And your snapshot views will allow you to use those exploded views within a drawing pack. So if I get to the end of my animation, let's just skip to the end, when the whole thing is apart, I can say that I want to create a snapshot view. That snapshot view can be then recalled at any point in time. I'm just going to rename this one and call it Exploded. We can export out to video formats. We can export out to raster image formats. I can capture cameras. I've got the ability to work with any number of tools in here, including changing the look and feel. So should you want to change it to a sketch illustration, should you want to change it to a technical drawing, you've got the ability to do that if you want to. So maybe I'm going to come in here and create another snapshot like so. If I now go back to my assembly, right-click on my assembly, I can use this to reopen that presentation at any point in time once it's saved. So the two files are directly linked to one another. So there is the assembly. We can right-click and open the presentation, so on and so forth. The two are directly related. And it's as simple as that. You can start creating exploded views. The way in which we do it is in a 3D environment, but then we're going to use these in the next Inventor video, not tomorrow, but the day after, where we bring them onto a drawing. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.